What's the haps? I'm Meroka, and today I'm going to be taking a quick look at Spaceman Sparkles 2 by Tjern, I guess is what the developer's called. I don't know. It looks foreign, and I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing it wrong. I apologize for that. This is a hard-as-nails bullet hell shooter. There is no real title screen to speak of. This is the title screen. It's pretty minimalist. You've got play to start the game from the beginning, and you've got load to load the game in progress. So let us load the game in progress. If you want to actually get to any kind of options, you gotta start the game up. And here we go. We've got some options now. So if you look at the bottom, you can see all the hotkeys for things. It shows you all your controls, and then all of the options are kind of just on, basically on hotkeys. So you can press V to toggle VSync. You can press F4 to toggle full screen. F3 toggles between a few preset resolutions. It's a pixel art thing, so it's kind of just scaling the pixel art. It's one of those kind of affairs. You can't actually change the resolution to anything that you would particularly want to work with, which is maybe not the best thing in the world, but I can see why they made that choice. I've seen plenty of kind of pixel art styled games that have gone down that kind of decision before. And then there's an autosave feature. As I say, it's pretty minimalist, so there's not a lot there. Top left you got music and master volume sliders there. And everything else is to do with the game. We've got maps up here. These are mostly just kind of hub worlds. We've got statistics over here, tell us about our shot accuracy and monies earned and time played and whatnot. We're down here. We have all of our statistics. Not statistics. We have all our equipment and upgrades. As you progress through the game, you'll acquire more of those and have more abilities at your disposal. But let's take them for a spin and show you what we got. So this is kind of just a level select thing. It's sometimes a little hard to figure out what you're looking at, so you just kind of go walk up to things and see what the heck they are. This is some sort of character that I can talk to and will sell me things. This is basically our upgrade shop. So we have teleports, hammer, and bomb upgrades. I can't afford any of those, so I'm not going to do that now. Teleports predominantly just lowers the cooldown. That's quite a nice upgrade. Hammers, I got all the things. And bombs, I've only just acquired the bombs, so I'm not really very well versed in them. So I have a cursor which is tiny and can be easily lost on the screen, but if I right click I can teleport to where my cursor is, and then a little bar appears above my head, a little white bar. You can see it's a fairly short cooldown. It starts a bit slower than that, but I bought a few of the cooldown upgrades so I can teleport fairly frequently, so I can teleport around. Left click is shooting. You don't start with that ability. I actually unlock that reasonably early on. That's not too hard to get. So the first fight is like not really a fight, it's just kind of a survival thing. It gives you a teleport and then it says, hey, now you need to survive now. And then once you know that, then you can actually learn to shoot and it becomes an actual bullet hell shooter. So then you get shooting. There we go, lowering my accuracy as it were. I have on one, we have hammers. You throw hammers. Those are, I think, the only thing I found that can actually destroy enemy bullets. And then if I press 2, I drop a bomb, which explodes like that. The basic bomb is really feeble, and then that's the first upgrade, which makes it much bigger, which is actually kind of nice. So let's have a look in some of these hub worlds, shall we? Let's hop on into the pink one for starters. So we've got a variety of different worlds. There's lots of things to find in here. Some stuff you can interact with, some stuff you can see, some stuff I get the impression you might have to come back. Maybe a bit of a Metroidvania kind of thing going on. There's this giant beating heart here. You can only step on the purple bits in this. There's like the red bits. If I step on that, I just die and it'll take me back to the start. We head over in a different direction. We've got blue bits. I get the impression the blue bits are maybe meant to be like water, which makes me think maybe the red's like fire or something, or lava. Because if I go in there, no, I die in that as well. You don't want to walk into those things. So purple bits are the only bits you can step on. I feel like maybe there's some Metroidvania stuff going on later where you could probably go into it, but yeah, if I walk into it, I will just expire. The only reason that I think that's water is because I did at one point find like a whale in it, and I was like, oh, that's a whale? Okay, so I guess this is water. If you wander around here and explore, you will find other things like that. I just saw there's some elevator kind of thingies over there. None of this is even really the meat of the game. None of these are the fights or anything. This is just kind of getting to everything. There's kind of a world outside of fighting, I suppose. So we head down here. We can get to other places. There's clearly something over there. There's lots to see and do, but I don't know. I'm not sure if there's much to it. Again, I feel like it's a Metroidvania-y kind of thing. Is that a character I can talk to? It is. Shh, can you hear it? Nope. No, I can't. I don't know what I'm listening for. Oh, I think that's the heart. You can just about hear the heart from there. Anyway, I can just go into the void of space, and I want to head back to the hub world, we head back. So yeah, there's exploration to be done in all these areas. Early on, as you can see, I'm only onto the 4th world because it's so ridiculously difficult. It doesn't feel like there's necessarily anything to do. I feel like those worlds are going to open up later, but that's mostly just sort of the impression that I get. If we head into, say, the red world, the pinky red world, you can see there's lots of red. You want to navigate around it. There was... down here, there was where I found the whale before. I guess I've done the whale thing now, so the whale's gone away. There is a bunny in a happy little garden there. I don't know. I'm not sure whether I had to bring the bunny to the whale and that was what made the whale happy. It's not well defined in what's going on. It's all kind of abstract. So yeah, it's just kind of wander around and interact with things and interpret them. But as I say, this is just the hub worlds, and they're kind of interesting in their own right. Again, don't know what they're for, but they're interesting to explore and accidentally step in lava, certainly. Okay, so let's head to the blue world, because that is the world I currently find myself in. Now, there's lots of. I mean, you look at the map. There's lots of territory in this. There's lots of chunks of this map, and a lot of it, I guess, is on the other side of blue, which makes me think there must be a way to get through that to something else. There must be something else going on. Okay, we have an enemy. Oh, whoops. Ah, god damn it, I teleported onto the water, so that was clever. We have one enemy. The hub worlds occasionally have these enemies, but not very often, and they're usually not very challenging. That one's gone altogether now, which I guess is okay by me. There's occasional little puzzles like this one. This one basically just put a bomb next to those switches. It activates that. And ta-da, we create a vortex, which is basically just our way of getting between the worlds. So I teleport into the vortex. I find myself on a platform connected to this by water. So this is actually going to be one of the fights. Each of the worlds so far, I found one of those vortexes. Like I said, the amount of things to see and the amount of places you can't get to yet in each of those kind of hub worlds makes me think that there will be more vortexes that you can get to later by acquiring further upgrades from further bosses. But I haven't got that far yet. I haven't been able to figure that one out. Presumably just because I haven't got the upgrades yet. I haven't killed enough bosses. So if we head over here, we can actually start a boss. This is what we're here for. This is actually fighting things. So I want to... Oh, no, I didn't do that right, like, at all. This game punishes you pretty heavily for doing things wrong, and I've very much done this pretty wrong. Actually, no, that could have gone worse. I need to hit it with more bombs, and I stepped in the water. Yeah. A lot of this is cooldown-based stuff. All the items have a cooldown on them. Damn it. And if you get your timing even slightly wrong, you will die. I mean, I would like to go back and show you, damn it. I would like to go back and show you some of the earlier bosses, certainly. But that was I fired the hammer too early there. No. I'd like to go back and show you some of the earlier bosses, but it doesn't let you replay bosses, which is kind of disappointing. I would literally need to start the game from scratch to be able to show you that. So basically the strategy here is when there are too many bullets, you need to try to throw a hammer through them to clear out as many bullets as you can. I think it tends to... Damn it. I think it tends to fire more bullets towards the side of the screen that you're on, so I think if you teleport to the other side of the screen, there's less things to hit you, then you can throw a hammer through there, create a gap. There we go. That's kind of how that needs to be done. And it's going to do that. I want to teleport over the other side of it. When it does the sucking in thing, I can use a bomb to... Damn it. I can use a bomb to clear it, to hit it and do some damage that way. And I totally forgot to do that. It's just a lot of cooldown management and precision. Mostly it feels... I get a real Titan Souls kind of vibe from things, actually. To be honest, this whole kind of just go and find a boss and do a boss, and it requires you to do it exactly right or you die. But it's way, 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 way harder. Titan Souls, I don't know, it was a very minimalist kind of thing, and it was challenging but not impossible. This is for people who want a really horrifying, brutal challenge, I think, to be honest. The gameplay is definitely more complex. Like I say, you're managing, at this stage in the things, I'm managing 4 abilities. I've got my bombs, I've got my hammers, I've got teleport, and I feel like I'm missing something. What else do I have? My laser, I suppose. Okay, fine. Yeah, I'm managing 3 real abilities on cooldown right now. And each boss that you defeat gives you an extra upgrade. So you'll be undoubtedly picking up more things and trying to make progress that way. This boss, I kind of take objection to the fact that I think its health is off the side of the screen there. You have to do quite a lot of damage before its health bar even starts moving, which is not ideal. But if you throw a bomb at it, that should do some damage. It sometimes feels a little cheap. Ah, god damn it, I forgot about the laser. So insofar as the bullets kind of move about a bit even after they've been pushed away. I did that wrong. Even after this boss pushes the bullets away, they kind of randomly move around a bit, and then you just got a huge wave of bullets swarming towards you. And you don't get a lot of opportunity to deal with them to any great extent beyond hoping that Hammer did its job. Which, in this case, it probably did. Okay, it did its job, that's okay. Okay, and then I think I teleported onto the laser there, I guess. Yeah. So it sometimes feels a little cheap, but not too often. Most of the time, you generally feel like you're in control, and if something goes wrong, it was probably your own fault. Really. Laser, dodge that, there we go. Okay, so I'm on to phase 2. So lather, rinse, and repeat. If I could continually do this with any consistency, I could finish this boss. I can't do this with any consistency. This requires, like I say, it requires a great deal more skill than I have. Precision and cooldown management. I feel one of the bits it's lacking in the precision is that just when there's a lot of stuff going on the screen, it's kind of a little difficult to see your cursor from time to time. You've got a screen covered in what's mostly white dots. You've got lots of white blobs moving around the screen, as well as all the stars in the background. There's a lot, and it's all sparkly and white and things going on. Finding your cursor, which is just a tiny, tiny white dot in a sea of tiny, tiny white dots, when you're trying to do something precise, like, I don't know, say teleport around the place, you can quite frequently end up clicking, maybe not quite where you wanted to do, and like teleporting into water and dying or something. Damn it. So that's my main gripe with the gameplay. Mechanically, it's pretty sound. I just wish I wish it wasn't so easy to lose the cursor. I think obviously for some people the soundtrack's going to be a big selling point of this game, but obviously that's a very, very subjective thing. It's not the sort of thing I would ever find myself listening to, I don't think, but I don't object to it. I don't dislike it, but I mean, hey, you can hear it. The soundtrack is in the background. You should be able to tell whether you like this music or not. I'm not going to make that decision for you. Like I say, I wouldn't normally listen to it, but I don't object to it in this game. It's working out okay. Hey, I've done it twice now. Can I do it any more times than that? Probably not. I think I need to do it about 5 times to kill this thing. Oh, and then there's just a whole hail of bullets there coming at my face. And I didn't dodge them. I do think that maybe if I were to lower the cooldown on my teleport a little further, which would be technically doable, it would be actually kind of grindy, but it would be doable, I might be able to maneuver and have a bit more survivability in this fight. Most of the money you'll get will just come from doing the boss fights, to be honest. But there are, as you've seen, there are occasional enemies. Oh, I forgot about the laser. There are occasional enemies in the hub worlds that you can kill. They will drop money, so you can earn money outside of the boss fights and thereby upgrade your abilities. If I wanted to, I could go and farm those. I could get the money, I could lower my teleport cooldown further, I could upgrade my bombs further and turn them into rocket bombs, whatever the heck those do, and just generally be a bit tougher, and it would give me a little bit of an edge in this fight, presumably. So there's the laser, right, remember to dodge it that time. Which feels a little bit cheap. Maybe those enemies really shouldn't be dropping money. I feel like your progress should just be... It doesn't feel like it gives you much choice. I mean, if the bosses drop money, you have to make a choice. Like, okay, I've got the money from the boss, now I need to pick an upgrade. Which upgrade do I most want with the money I've got from this particular boss? I've got to teleport. Oh, well, my reactions were not quite fast enough there. Whereas when you can just farm the mobs for infinite money, effectively, it's not a fast process, but you can do it, it's like, well, suddenly all the upgrades are pretty pointless now. I've got to drop a bomb, so it has not taken as much damage as it should have done. Oh well. That was silly. I teleported instead of firing a hammer. Yeah, you see, it requires a great deal more coordination and skill than I'm bringing to the table here. The early bosses, I don't know, the early bosses felt good to me. You know, the first level was obviously just a survival thing. The second boss and third boss, they were good. They were the interesting challenge, and I enjoyed doing those. This one, again, actually, I'm not. Whoa, let's do that. Hey, that kind of worked. Somehow. I'm not hating this boss. Because every time I screw up, and I've screwed up a lot, I still don't really feel like it's the game's fault. It's like, I just haven't done this well enough. I need to do this better than I'm currently doing it. Right now, I'm doing this level really badly. It's like, I can just... There we go, dodge that. It never to any great extent feels like the game's just being cheap. It's just, I could do better. I mean, you can see I'm kind of making some progress here. If I were to stick at it for a while, I might get this. Honestly, I can't show you a whole lot of other content, because as I say, short of restarting the game in its entirety, I can't go back and replay any other bosses, and I can't make any more progress until I kill this. It's literally just kind of a boss rush thing with this weird, kind of almost pseudo-Metroidvania kind of hub world kind of affair. Which is cool. It's not an expensive game anyway. At the end of the day, if you want to check it out, it is literally £1.99 or your regional equivalent on Steam. So that it's not going to, even if you decide you don't like it, it's not going to set you back a whole heck of a lot of money. And well, there we go. I nearly forgot about that one. And a rather cool decision from the dev I spotted on their Steam page is the game actually offers a DRM-free version on Steam, no less. If you buy it on Steam and download it through Steam, and then go into the Steam directory, there is a DRM-free version of the game in there, which is pretty neat, actually. That's a really cool move from the dev. I definitely approve of that. This is cool. I think for £2, you really can't go wrong here. If you're into this kind of thing at all, I think it'd be pretty easy to find £2 worth of entertainment out of this, pretty easily. So yeah, that's Spaceman Sparkles. I can't show you a whole lot more because I'm really bad at it, but as a concept, I think it's pretty cool. Again, the music, as I say, is a very, very subjective thing. Some people are probably listening to this and going, oh god, that music's horrible, I can't stand this. How could you possibly put up with that? Other people are probably like, this music is fantastic, I love this music. Me, I'm in the middle, I can take it or leave it. It suits the game pretty well, and I don't hate it. That's all I really wanted out of a game soundtrack, really. That's all it needs. So yeah, Spaceman Sparkles, there you go. It is available for Windows on Steam for £1.99 your regional equivalent. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Meroka. I'll see you next time.